when we started our project, which is when we started like discussing about all the details, and then we had this little session where we kind of brainstormed with each other and our product owner, who's also, I guess, our domain expert. And we had this whole thing, we had everything on the whiteboard where we talked about what we needed, or for example, what kind of details we needed to know to be able to kind of build the system properly. And I think that was a really meaningful kind of start to our project.
When we got engaged into various training courses, because I got introduced to multiple tools and technologies that are being used in the industry. And although it was very fast-paced, I still think that it was very digestible and comprehensive.
The training courses that we underwent, as I was able to familiarize myself with technologies that I will be able to use in future projects,
has got to be the sprint meetings we have with Brady. He's such an extremely funny guy, but behind that exterior is an industry expert with tons of knowledge and experience, which we can all learn from.
They were very open to the things that you would ask them. For example, one of the things I asked to an instructor had little to do with about the training materials, but had a lot to do with like other things. And he gave me really good advices, which I quite really appreciate.
They are fearless in answering questions. Whether your question is simple or complex, they always have something to say about it.
What makes the instructors here at O&B really shine is their ability to seamlessly weave in complex topics in such a way that even beginners like us are able to understand the fundamentals and in turn absorb the topics like a sponge.
They're all very likable and approachable. I got to learn a lot from them, and even one of them used to work on the source code for the frameworks they're actually teaching. So I got to actually ask them even deeper questions and even learn about how certain languages started with what they taught or what they've learned. And their seniority and pioneers of their own expertises really helped me learn more about the certain teachings they want to teach.
The kind of passion that they show off, at least from what I've seen so far in my lectures or even in my run-ins with them outside of our class. If you ask them a question, they won't only answer it, they'll also explain why that works, how that came to be even. There's a lot of history between their knowledge, so it really kind of feels like, oh, I'm talking to someone who's been around the block, who knows what they're talking about, and who they're happy to share it with everyone.
As you observe them while they're teaching you, you could truly say that they are experts in their respective fields. This is because when they teach you multiple approaches to doing one thing. And afterwards, they teach you what approach is the best practice in this industry. And also, they reinforce your fundamentals by teaching you not only things at the high level, but how things work under the hood or at the low level.
For me, it's communication. You know, like we get a lot of training here at the company, but the training and the knowledge that we learn, it's no use if we don't communicate our ideas to our fellow interns and our supervisors.
When it comes to solving problems, it's really important to look at the multiple angles and possibilities behind this problem, because in doing so, we will be able to formulate solutions that can hopefully address and be beneficial to the different aspects of the problem being tackled.
Showing up is 90% of the work. You will feel overwhelmed or challenged, but certainly you will learn at the end of the day.
Being perseverant with learning, being placed in an environment full of students who are yearning to learn more and apply their knowledges made me realize how important it is to upskill and why we need to be perseverant with how we study various skills.
Understanding the importance of reframing problems, it taught me that effective solutions do not necessarily arise from addressing problems initially, but by reframing the problem, we get to uncover solutions that are cost-effective and efficient. So it's not just about solving problems, but it's really about solving the right problems.
Just enjoy the ride. It's one with tons of ups and downs, but in the end, you're gonna come out of it with no regrets, now as an expert in the industry.
You should go for it and you shouldn't think of it as like a very hard job to do, but taking it as a learning experience. You're here to learn, you're here to absorb as much as you can, and just overall have a good time. Like, no need to stress yourself out from doing something like just thinking of how you want to do things. No, you can just have a chat with one of your fellow interns, one of your fellow comrades, and just start thinking about how you would want to approach things. After all, there's no right or wrong way when you do things. There's only the O&B way.
Comprehensive, supportive, and impactful.